Retirement is short. Spend it wisely. When you look forward to retirement, it's easy to think of it as an endless stretch of time. However, a closer look reveals a more precise reality. If you retire at 65 and live until 85, you are left with approximately 1,000 weeks. But the truest measure, the one that truly matters for living life to the fullest, suggests that you might only have about 500 weeks of vibrant health and abundant energy. This is the precious window when you can genuinely pursue all those activities and adventures you've patiently waited for retirement to experience. These initial years of retirement are often called the go-go years for a very good reason. They are when your capacity for active living is at its peak. Therefore, it becomes absolutely essential to seize these moments and maximize their potential. For those I haven't had the pleasure of meeting yet, my name is Dave Zer. Over the past 16 years, my dedicated team and I have committed ourselves to guiding people toward a truly fulfilling retirement. Through this extensive experience, we've observed recurring patterns, both positive and challenging, in how people navigate this significant life stage. It's these insights and observations that have inspired me to record this video, serving as a comprehensive guide designed to help you transform your retirement years into the absolute best chapter of your life. Be prepared, as some of the lessons I'm about to share might challenge conventional wisdom or long-held beliefs about retirement. Conversely, others will likely resonate deeply, confirming what you may have instinctively suspected all along. Crucially, every single piece of advice shared here is drawn from the lived experiences of individuals who are 10 to 20 years older than you, people who have already navigated this journey, experiencing both its triumphs and its regrets. So, with that understanding, let's embark on this journey together. I'll begin by addressing the lessons specifically related to finances, as that is the core area of my professional expertise. However, I want to emphasize right from the start that the subsequent lessons covering broader aspects of life are arguably even more critical to your overall well-being and happiness in retirement. As I delve into each of these insights, I would genuinely appreciate hearing which ones resonate most deeply with you or stand out in your mind. If you feel inclined, please share your thoughts in the comments section below. It will be fascinating to see what truly connects with everyone. Money as time freedom. Money often gets reduced to figures on a bank statement, investment portfolios, or net worth declarations. But its true essence, especially in retirement, transcends mere numerical value. At its heart, money is about providing you with the ultimate freedom, the freedom of time. It grants you the ability to spend your precious hours exactly as you choose, rather than being dictated by external circumstances or financial pressures. Here's a crucial application of this principle. Resist the urge to hoard money, if doing so means sacrificing meaningful experiences during your healthiest and most energetic years. The ultimate objective isn't to accumulate the largest possible sum of money to die with. Rather, it is to live life to its fullest, to experience joy and fulfillment, while you still have the capacity and health to do so. Remember this vital truth: you can never repurchase the memories that you failed to create. Once those moments are gone, they are gone forever. Rent objects, buy experiences. This lesson highlights a fundamental difference in value retention. Physical objects, by their very nature, tend to depreciate over time, both in monetary value and in the novelty of the satisfaction they provide. That brand new gadget or luxury item often loses its luster quite quickly. Experiences, on the other hand, have the remarkable ability to appreciate in memory. They often become more profound, more meaningful, and more cherished as time passes. Consider this application. If you were to compare the long-term impact of purchasing a brand new luxury car versus investing in a once-in-a-lifetime European family vacation, Which one do you believe you would recall more fondly when you reach the age of 90? Which one would your family be more likely to reminisce about and share stories of at your funeral? When presented with such choices, lean towards selecting experiences over material possessions. These moments of shared joy, discovery, and connection often leave an indelible mark that far surpasses the fleeting satisfaction of an object. The deathbed test. This concept is closely aligned with the previous two lessons, offering a powerful mental framework. Imagine yourself at 90 or 95 years old, looking back on your life. At that point, which do you genuinely believe you would value more? The extra $50,000 you meticulously saved in your retirement accounts, or the rich tapestry of experiences you enjoyed during your healthy, active years? In my 16 years of working with retirees, I have yet to encounter a single 90-year-old client who expressed regret by saying, "I truly wish I had saved more money instead of taking that incredible trip to Italy when I was 67. The universal sentiment is quite the opposite. The practical application of this test is clear. If your diligent saving habits are preventing you from engaging in meaningful and enriching experiences during your years of good health and energy, it's time to reevaluate. Stop oversaving to the detriment of your present happiness and future cherished memories. While similar to the first lesson, the deathbed test offers a distinct and often more emotionally impactful perspective for making these important financial and lifestyle decisions. Energy management over time management. Upon retirement, you suddenly find yourself with an abundance of time, potentially all the time in the world you could wish for. However, this newfound time becomes meaningless if your personal energy reserves are depleted. If you're constantly running on empty, even the most appealing activities can feel like insurmountable chores, preventing you from engaging in anything truly meaningful or enjoyable. This is why, especially in retirement, energy management supersedes time management in importance. The application of this lesson involves a conscious self-audit. Meticulously evaluate what activities, environments, and relationships genuinely energize you versus what consistently drains your vital energy. Once you have this clarity, intentionally design your retirement lifestyle around energy-giving activities and cultivate energy-giving relationships. Conversely, make a concerted effort to minimize or strategically reduce your involvement in energy-draining activities or interactions with people who consistently deplete you wherever feasible. This proactive approach ensures you have the vitality to enjoy your retirement fully. The 90-second rule. There's a fascinating insight from a neuroanatomist named Jill Bolte Taylor, who discovered that raw, physiological, emotional responses typically last for only about 90 seconds in our bodies. After this brief period, if we continue to experience that emotional state, it's because we are actively choosing to perpetuate it by dwelling on the thoughts that initially triggered the emotion. This concept, for me personally, has been a significant area of focus and improvement. Perhaps you already excel at this, but the application is profound for retirement. Do not allow fleeting frustration about the natural process of aging, minor health changes, or even unsettling news you encountered today to hijack and control your entire day. Instead, acknowledge the feeling, allow it to run its natural 90-second course without judgment, and then consciously choose your response. A highly effective strategy, which I personally strive to implement, is to redirect my focus towards the many things I am grateful for. We possess far greater control over our emotional state than we often realize, and mastering this can significantly enhance daily contentment. Combat time acceleration. Have you ever noticed that as we get older, time seems to speed up, rushing by at an ever-increasing pace? This common perception, known as time acceleration, often occurs because as we age, our years can feel shorter due to a decrease in genuinely new experiences. Consider this perspective. When you were 10 years old, a single year represented a significant 10% of your entire life, and almost every day was filled with novel discoveries and fresh sensations. By contrast, at 65, a year accounts for less than 1.5% of your total life experience. Furthermore, the last 30 or 40 years may have often been characterized by similar routines, repeating themselves day after day. When life, becomes largely routine, time tends to blur together, making it feel less distinct and memorable. However, if you consistently seek out opportunities to learn new things or engage in fresh experiences, time suddenly feels richer, more vibrant, and far more memorable. Here's how to apply this. Actively seek out new activities that promise novel experiences. Travel to new destinations you've never explored before, or finally learn that skill you've always yearned to acquire. Make an effort to meet new people, or even try something as simple as taking a different route on your daily walk, sampling a new restaurant, or delving into a hobby you've deferred for years or even decades. Aim to schedule at least one genuinely new experience each month. This could be anything from enrolling in a cooking class, attending an art workshop, volunteering for a cause, participating in cultural events, or even simply visiting a local museum you've never explored. The critical element here is genuinely new. Simply watching a different TV show, for instance, doesn't count. We're talking about experiences that actively engage different parts of your brain and body, stimulating growth and creating lasting memories. Compound living. The principle of compound interest is likely familiar to you. It's what has helped your financial resources grow significantly over time. In a similar vein, small, consistent daily investments in your relationships and experiences can multiply exponentially, leading to an incredibly rich and fulfilling retirement life. The application here is straightforward yet powerful. Make those daily calls to family members or close friends, schedule weekly coffee dates with companions, or embark on those monthly adventures and new experiences we discussed earlier. Each of these seemingly small actions, when performed consistently, compounds into a deeply rich, interconnected, and profoundly satisfying retirement experience. The next 3 lessons focus specifically on relationships, which are a cornerstone of a happy retirement. Before we delve into them, I'd love to know if any of the insights shared so far have particularly resonated with you, or if you're finding this guide helpful. If so, please take a moment to click the like button so I can get a sense of what's connecting with you. The relationship bank account. Think of every interaction you have with another person as either a deposit into or a withdrawal from a metaphorical relationship bank account. Actions like complaining, criticizing, or consistently taking without giving are clear withdrawals that diminish the balance. Conversely, expressions of genuine appreciation, offering support, and showing authentic interest are powerful deposits that strengthen the account. The application for retirement is especially pertinent. With your newfound time, you'll have more opportunities for deepening relationships. Therefore, actively invest in making regular deposits. This means reaching out not just when you need something, but to offer support, share joy, or simply connect. Furthermore, become acutely aware of which relationships in your life are genuinely filling you up and bringing you joy, and which ones consistently leave you feeling drained. Prioritize those that enrich your spirit. Shared challenges. Intriguing research indicates that enduring and overcoming challenges together often forge much stronger bonds between people than simply having fun together. This phenomenon explains why military units, sports teams, or even work colleagues who navigate difficult projects often develop exceptionally deep and lasting friendships. The shared struggle creates a powerful sense of camaraderie and mutual respect. Here's how you can apply this in retirement. Consider volunteering together with your spouse or with your friends for a meaningful cause. Take on collaborative projects that require teamwork and dedication. Engaging in such shared endeavors can build entirely new and robust dimensions into your existing relationships, strengthening them in profound ways. Weak ties matter. While your closest relationships, your inner circle of family and best friends, are undeniably vital, it's easy to underestimate the significance of your weak ties. These are the casual acquaintances you have, such as neighbors, people you see regularly at the coffee shop or gym, or individuals you know superficially but not intimately. These seemingly less significant connections can often unexpectedly open doors to new opportunities, introduce you to fresh perspectives, and connect you to the broader world. The application is to actively cultivate these weak ties, join clubs or organizations aligned with your interests, enroll in classes, or attend community events. These casual connections serve as important bridges, keeping you engaged with the wider community and frequently leading to unforeseen opportunities, interesting discussions, and even new friendships that enrich your life in unexpected ways. Step outside your comfort zone. The most rewarding opportunities awaiting you in retirement may very well lie just beyond the boundaries of your established comfort zone. While it's not about a complete reinvention of yourself, it's equally important not to simply fall back into doing only what you've always done. Instead, think about building upon your existing strengths and passions in novel ways. For instance, if you spent your career as an accountant, perhaps you could transition to teaching financial literacy to younger individuals or mentoring aspiring accountants just starting their careers. If you were a nurse, consider volunteering your expertise at a local health clinic or engaging in health advocacy. The key is to explore adjacent interests, areas that build upon your lifetime of accumulated experience and knowledge but push you into new, stimulating territory. This approach allows for growth and discovery without feeling like you're starting entirely from scratch. Optimize for learning and not just comfort. Comfort, while appealing, can often become the enemy of personal growth. If your retirement years are solely focused on maintaining a state of perpetual comfort, you risk stagnating and missing out on significant opportunities for intellectual and personal expansion. Here's why your 60s and 70s are particularly perfect for embracing learning. You possess the valuable combination of time, resources, and a lifetime of experiences that allow you to put new knowledge into meaningful context. Every new skill you acquire, every new subject you delve into, not only keeps your mind sharp and agile, but also has the potential to open up entirely new doors and pathways in your retirement journey. Prioritize intellectual curiosity and continuous learning over mere ease. The next few lessons will delve into the crucial areas of creativity and health. These are two immensely important elements for a thriving retirement. However, I want to share a little spoiler. The very last 3 lessons, which are all interconnected with designing your ideal retirement, are truly my personal favorites. Strategic incompetence. When it comes to fostering creativity, consider this lesson: strategic incompetence. This involves deliberately choosing to remain an amateur at certain activities, specifically to preserve the joy of continuous learning and discovery. When you strive to become an expert at everything, you often lose that beginner's mindset, that fresh perspective, and the inherent excitement that comes with exploring something new without the pressure of perfection. The application here is to release yourself from the fear of failing or looking foolish when you venture into a new hobby or area of interest. Consciously maintain a beginner's mind in whatever new domain you're exploring. The profound joy often resides not in mastering everything and achieving perfection, but in the engaging process of learning itself, in the journey of discovery. Creativity as a faucet or muscle. Creativity is frequently misunderstood as some mysterious, innate gift bestowed upon a select few. In reality, it's much more akin to a faucet or a muscle. If you turn on the faucet regularly, water flows easily and freely. But if you leave it off for too long, the pipes can become rusty, and the flow might become sluggish or even stop entirely. Similarly, creativity is a capacity that needs regular engagement to flourish. The application is clear. Don't put off that art class you've always wanted to take. Start writing that book you've dreamed of, or at the very least, begin writing regularly in a journal. Finally, learn that new musical instrument you've been contemplating. It's crucial to push through that initial beginner's phase, where everything you create might feel inadequate or simply not good enough. Remember, the ultimate goal isn't to become the next Picasso or a literary genius. It's simply to actively engage and stimulate that vital creative part of your brain and your soul, allowing for expression and exploration. Health as a life force multiplier. Consider this profound truth. Every single aspect of your retirement experience, without exception, either dramatically improves or significantly suffers based on your physical and mental health. This includes your financial well-being, as health issues can be costly, the quality of your relationships, your ability to enjoy hobbies, and the extent to which you can travel. Everything is undeniably better, richer, and more accessible when you feel physically strong, mentally clear, and emotionally balanced. So the fundamental question becomes, would you rather experience 8 energized and vibrant hours per day or 12 draining and exhausting ones? Prioritizing your health above virtually everything else is not just important, it is absolutely paramount. A retiree who consistently exercises, maintains a nutritious diet, and effectively manages stress will experience a fundamentally different and immeasurably richer retirement than someone who neglects these crucial aspects. Your health is not just one component of retirement, it is the ultimate life force multiplier. Knowing the difference between morning you and evening you. Recognize that in many ways you are essentially 2 different people with distinct energy levels throughout the day. Most individuals experience their peak mental energy and focus during the morning hours, while some might find their physical energy peaks more in the middle of the afternoon. Understanding these natural fluctuations in your personal energy cycle is key to optimizing your day. The application is to strategically schedule your most important and demanding activities to align with your peak energy levels. Conversely, save your lower energy tasks such as watching television, engaging in light reading, or other more passive pursuits for your off-peak hours, perhaps later in the day or evening. The critical takeaway here is, do not squander your most productive and energized hours on mindless activities that could easily be done when your energy is naturally lower. Maximize your vitality for what truly matters. Document your journey. Our brains are inherently wired to thrive on seeing progress. However, without some form of conscious documentation, progress can often feel invisible or negligible, which in turn can lead to waning motivation and a sense of stagnation. Therefore, actively documenting your retirement journey becomes a powerful tool for maintaining momentum and appreciating your growth. The application involves creating a retirement journal, meticulously maintaining photo albums, or even starting a blog where you can share your experiences, perhaps focusing on your travel adventures or new learnings. We've had several clients who, upon retiring, launched small personal blogs, making them accessible to friends and family. They regularly upload pictures of their travels and new activities, along with their thoughts and reflections from these experiences. Without fail, they always recommend this practice to others because looking back at where you were just 6 months ago provides an incredible source of motivation to continue growing, exploring, and trying new things. As a minimum, I suggest that at the close of each day, you simply jot down 3 wins from that day. These don't need to be monumental achievements. They can be the smallest, simplest things that brought you a moment of joy, perhaps as minor as observing a bird building a nest in your backyard. Next, we'll explore 2 crucial mental models for approaching retirement. After that, I'll reveal the final 3 lessons, which focus on comprehensive retirement design. Second-order thinking. Most people naturally engage in first-order thinking, which means they consider what happens next if they take a particular action. They ask, what is the immediate consequence? However, truly smart individuals, those who effectively apply this mental model, engage in second-order thinking. They ask, what happens after what happens next? They think 2 or 3 steps down the line, anticipating further implications. Here's how to apply this in your retirement decisions. When faced with a choice, consider its potential effects 2 or 3 steps ahead. For example, if you're contemplating a move to a retirement community in a warmer climate, how will you genuinely feel about that decision in 5 years? What will your social network and relationship dynamics look like in that new environment? If you commit to a specific volunteer role, what other opportunities might that commitment either open up for you or inadvertently close off? Thinking proactively about these deeper implications can lead to far more informed and satisfying choices. Inverse thinking. This mental model offers a powerful shift in perspective. Instead of directly asking, how do I solve this problem? Or how do I achieve this goal? Inverse thinking prompts you to ask, how am I actively creating this problem? Or what actions would guarantee that this problem gets even worse? Here's the application. Let's assume for a moment that you find yourself unhappy in retirement. Rather than immediately asking, how can I become happier? Flip the question to, what am I currently doing, or perhaps not doing, that is contributing to this sense of dissatisfaction? By approaching the issue from the opposite angle, the underlying causes often become significantly more obvious, leading you to more effective and direct solutions. Now, let's turn our attention to the retirement design lessons, my personal favorites. Test and don't just plan. It's a common misconception that you can simply think your way into the perfect retirement. The reality is far more dynamic. You have to actively test your way there. Retirement plans, however meticulously crafted, are essentially hypotheses that must be rigorously tested against the unpredictable realities of life. Here's the practical application. Before fully retiring, consider taking a mini retirement, a prolonged break from work to experience what retirement might truly feel like. If you're interested in a particular area of volunteering, commit to it for a short period before making a long-term commitment. Or, if you're contemplating a significant move to a new location, spend an extended period living there, perhaps several months, to genuinely test your assumptions about what you'll truly enjoy and what challenges you might face. We've seen numerous clients who, after renting for 6 months in a brand new location they thought was perfect, quickly realized it wasn't the right fit for them. This testing phase allowed them to make an informed decision without the long-term commitment of buying, enabling them to find a truly suitable new home, feeling confident in their choice. Design your own metrics. One of the most liberating aspects of retirement is the opportunity to define success entirely on your own terms. Do not measure your retirement success by societal standards, the choices your neighbors make, or even the path taken by someone who retired before you, unless you genuinely aspire to emulate their specific journey. Instead, take the time and introspection to clearly define what success truly means for you. The application is highly personal. For you, success in retirement might primarily mean cultivating deeper and more meaningful relationships. It could mean having the freedom and capacity to learn a wide array of new skills, continuously expanding your intellectual horizons. Perhaps it means dedicating more time and financial resources to causes you passionately care about, making a tangible difference in the world. For others, it might be centered around profound spiritual growth, or for some, success might be as beautifully simple as achieving a deep sense of peace and contentment in everyday life. Define what truly matters to your heart and soul. Regular life reviews. Just as regular maintenance prevents major mechanical failures, monthly or quarterly reviews of your retirement life can prevent annual regrets. Small, consistent course corrections are far more effective than waiting until a major life mistake has occurred and requires drastic intervention. Here's the practical application. Schedule dedicated, quarterly, or even monthly retirement reviews. During these sessions, honestly assess what aspects of your life are working well, what brought you joy during that period, and what specifically drained your energy. Crucially, identify what needs adjustment. These seemingly minor adjustments, when made consistently over time, can compound into profoundly significant improvements in your overall life satisfaction and well-being. If any single lesson from this guide particularly resonated with you or stood out, please take a moment to write it in the comments below. I'd genuinely love to read your thoughts and see which one struck a chord. And if you found this video helpful and insightful, please consider liking it or sharing it with a friend. This small action helps YouTube's algorithm get this valuable information out to more people who could benefit from it, helping them create their best retirement too. Additionally, here are a few more videos designed to help you make retirement your absolute best stage of life yet. I'll see you there.